large sums of money. Come to me, large, easily sums of money, and quickly. Come to me in increasing quantities, easily, from multiple sources, and quickly, on a continuous basis, from multiple sources, interest on a continuous basis, that I get to keep best interest, give, and spend, I get to keep joyously, use, give, and spend large sums of money.
There's The Secret, Rhonda Byrne, 2006. Did you ever see that movie, The Secret? Oh, I recommend everybody watch The Secret. You can probably get it on Netflix or even on YouTube. It's probably like 30 minutes. It's all about the laws of attraction, how whatever you manifest, whatever you believe, you could bring into your life, which is exactly what we're talking about today.
Welcome back to the Dr. Snow Brain Health Show, where we talk about your brain. And today we're going to be getting into a little bit of a different topic in how we're thinking about approaching the brain. So I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Snow in just a moment. But I want to start off with Dr. Snow and I had a conversation about doing one on the laws of attraction. So what are the laws of attraction, Dr. Snow?
Well, we're going to dive into the laws of attraction, and this is something I've been using for the last 20 years of my life to bring everything I want into my life. Money, cars, houses, relationships, love. And I'll tell you about my own journey into using vibrational energy and how to properly bring positive results into your life. And from a brain doctor's perspective, it's also a fascinating journey to what I believe is occurring in your own brain to manifest all your desires. So some of these things, I started getting interested in 2006. That's about 18 years ago when I watched the movie The Secret, and I also read the book The Secret. It's by Rhonda Byrne. And many books on the subject later on. I started reading Think and Grow Rich. That's a very famous book by Napoleon Hill, and he wrote it in 1937. It's hard to believe. And here he interviewed all the wealthiest men in the world. And it was a result of more than 20 years of studies of many individuals who had amassed personal fortunes. And he wrote this amazing book, Think and Grow Rich. There's also an auto on it. And he describes how affirmations can bring success and wealth directly into your life. He also took a course about 8 years ago. It was taught by this guy, Kevin Trudeau, and he had this sort of global information network. I actually went on a cruise, and he talks and teaches precisely how to specifically implement the laws of attraction and how to bring all your desires from wishful thinking directly into your being. So if you listen to the end, I'm also going to tell you what books to read, what audio recordings to listen to, and it slowly enters your subconscious mind, and you don't even realize that your conscious mind starts doing things to achieve those wanted goals. So the basic philosophy behind the laws of attraction is that energy precedes manifestation. And as such, positive thoughts will bring positive results into a person's life, while negative thoughts will bring negative results. And that's the basic premise of it.
What would you say to the skeptics, the naysayers, who don't think that the law of attraction is a real thing?
Well, scientifically speaking, there's no concrete evidence that the laws of attraction actually exist. But proponents say that the law of attraction is supported by theories from quantum physics that suggest this law has an energetic and vibrational element. And I personally believe this is real because I've used it. And the laws of attraction suggest you could attract the things you focus your energy on. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. In other words, a positive mindset can draw positive things into your life. And if you visualize yourself achieving your goals, practicing gratitude, reframing from negative thinking, it actually works. You know, we talked about visualization in our other videos. When many athletes are using visualization, which is a type of specific meditation, as if they already won the gold medal, threw the winning touchdown, won the track meet race. Give you some examples. Jim Carrey, you know, the famous actor, would visualize directors saying, "I like your work," before he was even hired. And he walked around with a check in his wallet that he wrote to himself before he was cast in the lead in 1994 in Dumb and Dumber. And Michael Phelps won 28 gold medals in swimming in the Olympics, and he devoted his time to visualizing that he already won the races to win all these gold medals. Tom Brady used visualization to win 7 Super Bowls. So visualization is actually a part of the laws of attraction. And, you know, I personally believe that the elites of the world, and who are we talking about? We're talking about all the wealthiest people, many of them famous movie stars and exceptional athletes, and all the elite groups in the world. So I think all of them were taught about the laws of attraction. We're talking about the Illuminati, Skulls and Bones, the Bilderberg Group, Freemasons, the Knights Templar, and all others have been taught about the laws of attraction.
Okay. Have there have been some studies, though, that researchers have actually tried to look at some of these principles like visualization. I remember there was a study where they had individuals look at free throws. And they had one group that actually shot free throws, one group that just imagined themselves shooting free throws, and one group that didn't. And the group that the most surprising result, if I remember from the study, was that those who visualized themselves doing it actually gained almost as much as those who actually did it and actually practiced it.
So visualization is like one part, but the laws of attraction is really getting positive things into your life, and there's a specific way to do it. So there's a specific way to listen to it, and there's a specific way to write it down in a journal, for instance. And, you know, let's talk about a story. I bring this up in another video, that I was infatuated in 2007 with this cherry Jaguar XK Coupe. When it first came out, I didn't have money to pay for it, but I kept on visualizing, and I wrote it in a nightly journal that I'm driving this car. And the trick about the laws of attraction is you make it as if it already happened. You don't go like, I wish I had this car, or I wish I had this big house, or I wish I had $150,000 in the bank. No, you say, I enjoy the $150,000 sitting in my bank account. I earn $450,000 a year in income. Very grateful for that income. I own 2 houses, including a $10 million red 7-bedroom mansion sitting on the ocean. I drive an orange Lamborghini Revolto and have it sitting on my driveway. You know, the more specific you are with what you want, the better the clarity your brain can envision it. So the more specific you can visualize this, the better. What you're doing is using your conscious mind. So this is very important. You're using your conscious mind to bring affirmations into your subconscious mind, so it effortlessly enters your life. And if you do this before you go to sleep and after you arise, like twice a day, within a month or two, you don't even realize that the affirmations will start to come true, and you'll start to notice specific positive changes in your life occurring towards making these affirmations come true. And like you said, with that Jaguar, before I knew it, I was somehow at the Jaguar dealership, although I couldn't afford it. Then I'm test driving the car, and I'm visualizing that I have it. And then somehow I brought money into my life to pay for the lease for that car. And I ended up having the car, and now it's on my driveway. It's all paid off. And it's like one of the stories that I used affirmations to actually bring into my life. So it's interesting because I had the car, but I didn't have money to pay for it. Guess what? Money came into my life because I wanted the car, and it was positive. So one of the tricks of to do to your brain is you make it seem like it already happened. And the idea is that you actually feel the feeling of having money in the bank or having the house or having the car, and you write it in the tense that it already happened. So like I said, I own, I earn, I enjoy, and a lot of it is gratitude. So you're actually tricking your mind, your conscious mind, and subconsciously it's starting to sink in. So if you do this in a journal, let's say you pick 10 goals that you want to hit, right? Money, houses, girlfriends, love, whatever. And you write it down like it already happened. So 10 things. I write it down in a journal before I go to bed. Last thing I do before I go to bed, write it down. And then I wake up and I write it down again. And I talked about this in the Snow Brain Principles. You want to write it with blue ink on white paper. That's a trick because your mind tends to sink it in more if it actually seen writing out. You don't type it out. You don't just sit there and read it. You actually write it out each and every night. And if you could do it by memory, it's even better that you could write your 10 goals. And I'm serious. Things started happening weird to me. Like I would, find a $20 bill in my laundry, or I was walking down the street and all of a sudden there was money on the ground. And then I found money on the car and the floor. And these are all or I get a check in the mail out of nowhere about some refund, for a couple of $1,000s. And all these little things start adding up. And it was because I was pushing, trying to get the laws of attraction to work for me.
So you talked about journaling as a practice of affirmations. Are there any other practices that you do to access the laws of attraction?
So I actually use audios when I'm doing my laundry or making my bed. I stick in some earpods and I listen to some affirmations. Now, I looked all over the internet for this. What's the best one? And I'm going to play it on this podcast. And this guy's name is Brian Scott. He has amazing stuff on his YouTube channel, and you could listen to his audio. And one of the good audios, there's two audios I'm going to recommend. One's called 8-Hour Deep Sleep Meditation. I am wealthy, abundant, and prosperous. So listen to some of the affirmations he has, and I wrote them down. I'm always holding wealthy images in my mind.
I'm always holding wealthy images in my mind.
My thoughts create more wealth for me.
My thoughts create more wealth for me.
I see myself living in abundance with the things I want.
I see myself living in abundance with the things I want.
I effortlessly increase my net worth.
I effortlessly increase my net worth.
I desire to live a higher life so I can give.
I desire to live a higher life so I can give.
I give in abundance without limits.
I give in abundance without limits.
I am finally free.
I am finally free.
He has a very deep voice. I am experiencing financial liberation and freedom.
I'm experiencing financial liberation and freedom.
I don't have to set a budget every month.
I don't have to set a budget every month.
I'm free of lack and impoverished thoughts.
I am free of lack and impoverished thoughts.
I am addicted to financial freedom.
I am addicted to financial freedom.
I always have financial peace.
I always have financial peace.
So, here's another one. I am glad that you've decided to become a paying member of the Dr. Snow Brain Health channel.
I'm glad that I have decided to become a paying member of the Dr. Snow Brain Health channel.
Thought I could get that into everybody's brain. I am a member of the Dr. Snow Brain Health channel.
I'm a member of the Dr. Snow Brain Health channel.
Okay, another good one that he has. So that one's amazing, and I'm going to play it on this podcast so you can actually listen to this voice. And I'm telling you, you're walking around and just doing your stuff, and this stuff starts sinking into your mind because it's repetitive. And you could play this. He has it going on for 8 hours. So you could play this and completely push it into your mind. He has another simple one that I actually saw that there were a few gurus pertaining to the laws of attraction that have the same language, and this is it. And it repeats over and over and over again. So this is Brian Scott, and it's called Large Sums of Money Come to Me Easily and Quickly, 8-hour deep sleep meditation. By the way, a lot of people actually listen to this right before they go to sleep. They actually fall asleep with these on. And here's exactly what he's saying. It goes, large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis in the best interest of all, that I get to keep, use, give, and spend joyously.
Large sums of money come to me, large, easily sums of money, and quickly come to me in increasing quantities, easily from multiple sources, and quickly on a continuous basis from multiple sources, interest on a continuous basis, that I get to keep best interest, give, and spend. I get to keep joyously, use, give, and spend large sums of money.
Now this is amazing, because to me it's like, okay, money's coming. Oh yeah, money's coming at increasing quantities. Oh yeah, money's coming at increasing quantities, but from multiple sources. Okay, that's all great. And then it's on a continuous basis, and then it's on the in the best interest of all. So it's all gratitude. You're helping other people, you're getting rich, you're getting money. It's coming from multiple sources. So when you think about it, the wording of this, that you start repetitive listening to this over and over again, it actually starts getting into your brain. And so, like I said, if you start listening to these in about a month or so, my experience is you're going to start to notice all these things happening that you can't even explain, like checks, coming in the mail, finding $20 on the ground in front of your feet, money in a swimsuit, money on the floor. It's pretty amazing, actually. And I've been using this probably for about 20, 25 years. And so, it helped a lot.
Ahead.
No,
it sounds a little bit like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but not in the negative, but in the positive. So we often talk about self-fulfilling prophecies being when someone says that something isn't going to work out, something is going to fail, and then they doom themselves by assuming that they're going to fail. This is the exact opposite of priming your brain to assume that you're going to succeed, and then going through exercises like visualization, gratitude exercises that actually set your brain up to help you succeed and fulfill that prophecy.
It's really interesting when you think about this. Think about all the negative things that are in your brain as you walk around during the day. All the negative talk. All the thing, oh, this will never work out. No, I can never make that. I'll never get that job. I'll never get that raise. I mean, a lot of people walk through life with all these negative self-talk in their brain, right? And they're listening to this. And then and all these negative things actually happen to them. So let's switch it around for the laws of attraction for positive results. There's no negative thoughts that are going to enter your brain. It's all about, you already have it. You have it here. You got the houses, you got the girlfriend, you got the love, you got the money, you got the cars. And if you imagine and feel that you already have it, it's actually going to happen. And you're changing your vibes, really. It's vibrational energy. So people give out energy when they interact with other people. You could, you ever feel somebody's energy that's really positive when they walk into the room? Like they light up the room, they're going, wow, there's something about this person. I don't know what it is, but it's attracting to me. And, like tends to attract like. So positive vibrations are going to attract positive vibrations. And by the way, I think there's actually scientific studies done on this where they did, and I could bring these up because I read about them and they're quite interesting, where something happens and the whole medium in water changes due to vibrational energy. And so there is some physical physics, quantum physics, that's actually occurring with the vibration of the atoms, or all the way down to smaller than atoms. And I'll do a deep dive and I'll bring up some of these studies that I could put on this podcast. But I think there is some actually scientific evidence for this, which is what you were saying in the beginning. Is there scientific evidence? I think there is.
So this brings top of mind a book where I think I was actually originally introduced to these ideas. And then I want to ask you in just a second about some of the books that you think would be meaningful to those that want to learn more. So I actually read Scott Adams' book on how to fail at everything and still win big. And one of the things that he goes over is how he was a skeptic his whole life of the law of attraction, visualization, and how he started to visualize and had other business people in his life say, no, this actually works. This is meaningful. And that's where he first thought, hey, I want to be a cartoonist. He started visualizing it. He started affirming himself in that way. And then when he lost his voice entirely and they said there's no cure for this, he went through and affirmed, no, I will find a cure. My voice will return. It'll be stronger than ever. So I know that there are a number of really interesting people that have shown through examples in their own lives how this kind of positive affirmation, the laws of attraction, have really worked for them, that I think is really interesting. But given that thought...
Just to add to that, Scott, I was watching the Grammy Awards the other night. And there's some of the, best new artists of the year. And they'd go up there and saying, nobody believed me. Nobody thought I could do it. I couldn't sign a deal. I had a record deal that got closed. But then this other person left the agency to become my agent because they believed in this person's voice. It's the one who won Best Artist of the Year, and I'll pull it up on the podcast. So I'm listening to her speech and I'm going, this is exactly the laws of attraction. I mean, everybody was doubting her, but she believed that she could pull it off. And then her voice started getting heard. And then she won the Grammy now for the Best New Artist. So it's, if you ever listen to speeches for Academy Awards or whatever, a lot of it is, believe in yourself. There's a lot of negativity and vibrational negativity that's going around the world, and you want to go in the opposite direction. You got to be a believer.
Yeah. So what do we know about the effects of different types of thinking? That could be positive thinking, that could be negative thinking. What kinds of influence do those have on the brain, the makeup of the brain? Like, why is that significant for talking about someone's brain health?
Well, yeah, brain health is very important. There's a lot of people depressed. There's a lot of people who are, down on themselves. And I think it's very good for your brain health to bring positive energy and positive thoughts into your brain. And you remember we talked about learning new experience so you could reshape your brain, actually physically change it. I believe that there's something going on with meditation and positive thoughts and positive affirmations. It'd be really interesting to see if there's a study in which they could physically alter the brain by actually pulling in the laws of attraction and very positive thoughts.
So if you were to recommend books to anyone of how to learn more, what books would you recommend to people?
So I brought out a list, and these are things I actually have on my shelf and I read. And we'll start with some of the earliest books, going to some of the latest. And I think I have 8 of them. So the first one, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen. It was written in 1903. Second one, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, written in 1925. And then he wrote another book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill in 1937. By the way, this Think and Grow Rich book is amazing because it's exactly the laws of attraction. Like, how you get rich is basically setting your mind to think about you're getting rich, and it actually starts happening. There's another book called The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol, published in 1948. The Magic of Thinking Big, and we'll put this on the screen, David Schwartz, 1959. Ask and It Is Given, Esther and Jerry Hicks, 2004. And by the way, I've listened to them. It's a husband and wife team. They're kind of weird, but in a wild way, they're all about the laws of attraction. They wrote a lot of books and have a lot of audios on this. And then, of course, there's The Secret, Rhonda Byrne, 2006. Did you ever see that movie, The Secret? Oh, I recommend everybody watch The Secret. You can probably get it on Netflix or even on YouTube. It's probably like 30 minutes. It's all about the laws of attraction, how whatever you manifest, whatever you believe, you could bring into your life, which is exactly what we're talking about today. And then Rhonda Byrne did another episode, one-upping The Secret, called The Power, and that was published in 2010. So the interesting thing about looking at all this, going all the way back to 1903, it means the laws of attraction have been around a long time. And people in different centuries have been learning this for over 100 years. And so what does that tell you? It tells you it's probably real. It's probably true. I believe a lot of the elite understand the laws of attraction. Successful, powerful people who have done well in their life also use the laws of attraction. Even if they don't know they're really using it, you know what I mean? They're all positive energy, positive thoughts. They're using it, and they may not even know they're using it to become successful. So I believe in a lot of that. And, you know, the other thing besides reading books, implement, this is just for your brain health, implement the Snow Brain principles to optimize your brain health. We talked about that, what Snow Brain stands for. S is sleep, N is nuke bad habits, O is optimize your day, W is work and play hard, B is be at your best self, R is rest, A is aim to exercise, I is influence others, and N is new experiences. So watch the video called The Snow Brain Principles. We've had a lot of people look at it, and a lot of people are starting to implement it. And then the other thing I like people to do is take Perceptive Memory Supplement on a continuous basis. It's becoming the #1 memory and brain supplement in the US today. I like people to watch our video called The Science Behind Percepta, episode 6 of the Dr. Snow Brain Health Show. It has all the background information, all the science and research that is behind this great product for our brain. And then lastly, I'm going to push this a little bit, Scott. We haven't really talked about people joining our channel as a member. So, you know, this channel, the Dr. Snow Brain Health channel, is one of the fastest growing YouTube brain health channels on the internet. In the last month, we have more than doubled our subscribers, but we appreciate each and every one of you and all the new people who now listen to our channel. This channel is growing fast, and I intend to blow everyone's mind as to the topics and videos that'll be coming out in this channel in the future. So hopefully our members will get perks and benefits on this channel that no one else have, and it's desperately needed for so much of the population in today's world. So I wanted to pitch a little bit. I also have an intro video that I'm going to soon be putting up on our channel as to what the membership perks and benefits are. And so there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me for this conversation today, Dr. Snow. Looking forward to our next conversation soon.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Scott.